Ivan Toney stunned as Gunners' January transfer target. Declan Rice netted a brace in Arsenal's 3-2 win over Bournemouth, with Ivan Toney impressed by his display, while Juventus star Kenan Yildiz is set to sign a new contract ending Gunners' interest. Arsenal's Premier League title charge remained on track with a thrilling 3-2 victory over Bournemouth on Saturday. However, there's no time for Mikel Arteta's squad to rest on their laurels as they prepare for a stern test against Liverpool at home this Thursday. Declan Rice proved his worth once again, netting a crucial brace in the clash at the Vitality Stadium. The England midfielder, who recently returned from a knee injury, has quickly reasserted his vital role within the team. With a 5-match winning streak in the Premier League, Arsenal are well placed to break their top-flight course. But it's not all rosy for the Gunners, as one of their rumoured transfer targets could soon be off the market. Ivan Toney, currently playing for Ololi, was clearly impressed by Rice's performance during Arsenal's win at Bournemouth. The England striker, who himself has been linked with a move to the Emirates in the past, was particularly taken aback by Rice's attacking prowess. Toney even hinted that Rice might have a future in a more forward role, jokingly suggesting that Arteta should tweak Rice's position to make the most of his talents, reports the Mirror. Toney took to Instagram to urge Arsenal to get him up front after witnessing Rice's clinical finishing at the Vitality Stadium. The striker couldn't resist adding to heart eyes emojis to emphasise just how smitten he was with his England colleague's performance. Arsenal used by Kenan Yildiz's entourage. Juventus attacker Kenan Yildiz has emerged as one of the most sought-after prospects in recent months. Yet just as swiftly as speculation mounted regarding a potential switch, it appears the possibility has now been extinguished. In recent weeks, Gazzetta Sport has linked Arsenal, Liverpool and Bayern Munich with a potential move for the player. However, it's now suggested that the Turkish international was merely used as bait to prompt action from Juventus. This is according to Sport Witness, which has backed up reports that Yildiz appears set to sign a new contract in Turin. The 20-year-old is expected to become the club's joint highest earner, alongside Jonathan David, with a deal potentially extending until 2031. Reports suggest that Yildiz's father, Engin, has been instrumental in these discussions. Super agent Jorge Mendes is also said to have played a key role in the negotiations as the situation becomes clearer. Ivan Toney's 3-word response to Declan Rice after Arsenal title statement issued. Declan Rice was in flying form during Arsenal's 3-2 win over AFC Bournemouth on Saturday to retain their lead at the top of the Premier League table, and his work didn't go unnoticed by Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney joked that Arsenal should deploy England teammate Declan Rice as a striker after his heroics against Bournemouth on Saturday evening. The central midfielder was in incredible form against the Cherries at the Vitality Stadium, securing a brace as the Gunners emerged 3-2 victors to increase their lead at the top of the Premier League table. Evanilson opened the scoring for the home side before Gabriel responded almost instantly to level matters. Rice broke the deadlock in the second half, before doubling down with around 20 minutes left to play. Eli Junior Krupi did his best to clinch a point for Bournemouth, but his finish ultimately came as a consolation as Arsenal left the South Coast with all 3 points. An instrumental part in Mikel Arteta's high-octane engine room, Rice has now scored 4 goals for his team, 19 Premier League appearances this season, also chipping in with 5 assists. Quick to mark his emphatic display against Bournemouth, the 26-year-old took to social media platform Instagram to share a photograph, writing, "Brace on the road." And it didn't take long for a number of Rice's peers to react, sharing their messages of adoration for the fine form he is in at present. Toney, who parted ways with Brentford in 2024 to join Ololi, wrote, "Get him up front," with a pair of heart-eyed emojis. Julian Timber also added, "My bro," while Aston Villa star Matty Cash went on, "Joke, with a fire emoji. Elsewhere, Chloe Kelly wrote, "To good, while Gabriel, Martin Odegaard, Christian Mosquera, and Kepa Arrizabalaga all shared their own messages. It comes as Arsenal are on track to clinch their first Premier League title in over 2 decades come season's end. If Arteta can inspire his squad to keep up their current run of form, with 15 wins and 3 draws to show for their efforts, the Gunners have lost just twice this campaign, faltering in a 1-0 loss to defending champions Liverpool in August, and suffering a 2-1 loss to Aston Villa in early December. At the time of writing, Arsenal hold a 6-point lead over Villa in the Premier League standings, and they are also 7 points clear of third-place Manchester City. However, with the Sky Blues set to face Chelsea on Sunday evening, Pep Guardiola will be looking to bridge the gap ever so slightly. Up next for Arsenal, a home match with Liverpool on Thursday, January 8th. They then move on to clashes against Portsmouth and Chelsea in the FA Cup and League Cup respectively. Premier League meetings with Nottingham Forest, Manchester United and Leeds, as well as Champions League outings against Inter and Carragher make up the rest of a hectic January for Arsenal.